boys. Hold up. I gotta fix everything. Okay. Gotta turn this music down. Had to fix some stuff. We got news that Dean Wade is starting in place of Lauri Markkanen. I think everyone, including myself, thought Jetty Osman was starting, but now that Dean Wade's starting, that does change some stuff. Dean Wade, 3,100 on DraftKings, I think is a pretty solid value now, and I would definitely bump down Jetty Osman now that he's not starting. I was pretty high on Jetty Osman when we got the news that Markkanen was out this afternoon, but now that they're going with Dean Wade, that definitely changes a little bit. But what's up, fellas? I appreciate you guys being in here, man. We're going to go for like next 25, 30 minutes, just answer any questions you have on tonight's slate. You know, lineup-specific questions, 1v1s, 2v2s, whatever it may be. You can start throwing those in chat, and we'll talk through everything. Beverly, Mikhailuk, Osman, Jaren Jackson Jr., Eubanks, Steph Curry, Doncic, Joval. You know, Osman, now that he's not starting, I would bump down a little bit. You know, I think I would prefer Dean Wade now since he's the starter. But that's still a solid lineup, Bill. Keep an eye on Beverly's status. Beverly's questionable. I think Beverly's going to play, but keep an eye on his status. If Beverly plays, there's a good chance he might start for D'Angelo Russell. They could go with Jordan McLaughlin, but Beverly would be a solid value if he winds up starting. I'm liking Thad Young today. Yeah, Thad Young's definitely a solid value now. With Jakob Poeltl out, I'm thinking Thad Young starts at center. They might start Eubanks at center, but Thad Young should get minutes either way. And Thad Young's always been really productive when he gets minutes. What's up, Didi? What's up, Danny? Does Dallas even really have a big man? I mean, they still got Dwight Powell. They still got Willie Cauley-Stein. They still got those guys. I don't think I'm going to play those guys on this slate, but they still have bigs, I guess. Eubanks or Young? I think I'm preferring Thad Young. It's going to depend on who's starting, but Thad Young is definitely a more productive player on a point-per-minute basis. Thad Young can kind of stuff the stat sheet. Like, he does a little bit of everything. He's always shown, you know, upside when he gets minutes. The slate is a mess. Yeah, it's a crazy slate. There's a lot of value today. You know, it's an 11-gamer, so I figured there would be a lot of value. And surely enough, yeah, there's a lot of value today. Is this more of a stars and scrubs, or should we be targeting the mid-range? This is definitely a stars and scrubs slate, especially on DraftKings. There's a lot of cheap plays that are viable tonight. I don't think it's going to be a mid-range slate. You're definitely going stars and scrubs. LaMelo make value with Rozier back. I mean, LaMelo crushed last game with Rozier back. You know, for LaMelo, it's just all about him staying out of foul trouble and him getting 33, 34 minutes. If LaMelo plays 33, 34 minutes, he's going to crush. He just, you know, he's had trouble with fouls this year. Sometimes his minutes get cut because of that. But it's a good matchup against the Warriors. It's a very fast-paced game. I do like LaMelo a lot in tournaments. I don't think I'd be playing LaMelo in cash. I don't think he's like an optimal cash play, but definitely tournaments, he's going to be low owned and he's got upside. We know that. I'm going to stay on the Luka train. He is due for a triple-double. I like Luka again. I mean, Luka's he's one of the highest upside studs, basically any slate he's on. And if people are going to get off of Luka because, you know, he's had some bad games, I'm fine just, you know, sticking with him and playing him again. And obviously on this slate where there's a lot of value, you could play Luka, you could play Embiid, you could play any studs you want. I mean, you could definitely play 2, maybe 3 studs on this slate. Yeah, Dean Wade's starting now, so, I mean, Dean Wade's a solid value. We're going to have to wait and see, like, the minutes projection for those guys. I'm going to see what the minutes projections are. I mean, I would think you're going to get like mid to high 20s from Dean Wade and probably low to mid 20s from Osman. But like Dean Wade could play 30 minutes, and I don't think anyone would be surprised. And Dean Wade, I mean, he's had some good games when he does wind up starting. Like, he's been productive in that time. Like when he gets on the floor. $2 super chat from a man Didi. He says, "Good luck, Noah," with the little thumbs or I don't even know what that is. Just good luck, Noah, and then the 100 emoji. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. And good luck to you as well. You like Osman and Josh Hart? I like Josh Hart a lot if we think Brandon Ingram's going to be out again. With Brandon Ingram out and Herbert Jones out as well, there's going to be a lot of minutes available for Josh Hart. And I think Josh Hart can be productive in that time as well. He was productive last night. He played like 30 minutes or something. So I definitely like Josh Hart again, especially if Brandon Ingram is out. Osman, a little less high on him now that, you know, he's not starting, but still playable, I would say. But straight up, I do prefer Dean Wade, since Dean Wade's going to be the starter. Noah's the guy to be watching for NBA. Hit the like button, fellas. Hey, I appreciate that, my man. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. If you haven't yet, please do hit that like button. You think Osman not starting so he can take over and finish out, or you liking Wade more for sure? I'm leaning Wade. You know, a lot of times when teams start someone, that usually makes me assume that's the guy they want to be playing, you know, more minutes. Sometimes it doesn't work like that. Sometimes, you know, the guy that comes off the bench is the one that plays the more minutes. But I'm expecting Wade to play more minutes than Osman. And if that's the case, I think Wade's the better play. And he's also a little bit cheaper than Osman too. So, yeah, I would definitely take Dean Wade now. Curry or Luka? I would take Luka, Victor. But, I mean, you can't go wrong with either one of those guys. Obviously, both Curry and Luka have massive upside. Utility under 30 or under 4,600. Let's see. Under 4,600, I would probably go. Let's see. I mean, maybe Steven Adams. Steven Adams is going to be like really low owned on the slate. He played 31 minutes last game against Jokic. They're going to need his size against Jokic. So, you know, if you're going to get 30, 32 minutes from Steven Adams at 4,500, he's fine. I don't mind that. Pat Beverly. I think Pat Beverly, if he starts for D'Angelo Russell, he's definitely a solid value. We don't know yet if he's even playing. He's questionable, but if he's in the starting lineup, he's definitely in play for value. Cole Anthony's still good. Cole Anthony's been great, but his price is way up now on DraftKings. Like, Cole Anthony's over 7K now, 7,600. The matchup against Boston's not ideal. You know, Cole Anthony could still have a good game tonight, but he's not someone I'm like running to roster at his price tag. I'm a Sixers fan. I don't see how Vegas thinks this game stays close. The Bulls should crush tonight. I mean, I like Embiid a lot, so I hope the game stays close. I have a feeling I'm going to be playing Embiid, so I hope the game stays close. Embiid just smash, man. And if he does, I mean, it's going to be Embiid, I would say. If the game does stay close, it's because Embiid's probably going off. But yeah, the Bulls are definitely the way better team. Do you like Malik Beasley tonight? Yeah, I think Malik Beasley probably comes off the bench still, but he's going to get like at least 25, 26 minutes without D'Angelo Russell. And maybe could get even close to 30 minutes. He's definitely a solid value. And I think he goes a little bit overlooked on this slate. I don't think he's going to be massive chalk. He's someone I do like for cheap, for sure. Draymond or Evan Mobley? I like both those guys, Nicholas. I think Evan Mobley's going to play a ton of minutes. He played like 40 minutes last game with Kevin Love out. And now that Kevin Love and Lauri Markkanen are out, I mean, Evan Mobley could play 40 minutes again tonight. Draymond, though, love the matchup for Draymond. Love the pace of that Hornets Warriors game. I think I'd take Draymond, but that's definitely close. Still like Beasley? Yes, Beasley is still in play for me. Is it okay to play Beasley and Edwards together? I think that's fine, Brandon. There's a possibility that those guys are both in the closing lineup, so I think that's fine. With Pirtle being out, is Thad Young a play? Yes, Thad Young is definitely a value play that I'm considering. And if Thad Young starts, he's probably my favorite value overall in the slate. Only thing that sucks is that, you know, the Spurs game is not till 8:30 Eastern, so we're probably not going to have a Spurs lineup anytime soon. But yes, Thad Young is a strong value, in my opinion. So, no, do you like Cat and Paul George fantasy points props over on Prize? But let me see. I don't know what their projections are. I didn't look at either one of those guys. So Thad Young's, or not Thad Young, Paul George and Cat. So let's see. Cat's at 49. Paul George is at 46. I mean, both those feel pretty accurate. Like I don't really have a strong lean either way. You know, when it comes to stud players, I tend to take their overs more often than not, but I don't really have much of a strong lean either way on those. Thad, Dean Wade, or Eubanks? Give me Thad if he's starting. If he doesn't start, you could swap to Eubanks, I guess. Favorite 76ers besides Embiid? Probably Georges Niang. I don't know what they're going to do with their starting lineup either, the Sixers, but Niang, whether he starts or comes off the bench, I think plays at least like 25, 26 minutes. He played 31 minutes last game off the bench. No Danny Green, no Tobias Harris. There's definitely a lot of minutes to go around for some of those guys. I think Niang will be one of the biggest beneficiaries, and he's super cheap on DraftKings. So he's my favorite 76er besides Embiid. How you feel about Allen and Mobley? I think both Jared Allen and Evan Mobley played big minutes. They're not like priorities for me on this slate, but they are definitely both playable, I would say. I don't know if I'd be playing them together, but they're definitely in play. How do you feel about rostering Svi, Van Vliet, and OG in the same lineup? I don't think I'd be doing that, Michael. It's fine, I guess, but on an 11-game slate, I don't want to be going too heavy on any team. Like, there's not a ton of... There'll be times in the season when you can play like 3, 4, 5 guys from a team, especially when there's a lot of value from a team. But on the Raptors, there's really not much value from the Raptors except Svi, and that's really it. So at that point, you're basically just hoping that you get like a super high-scoring game, or like the game goes to overtime or something if you roster all those guys. For all those guys to hit their ceiling, I guess. Would you go back to Jokic tonight, even though he had a struggle last game? I definitely like Jokic. I mean, when it comes to these star players like Luka, Jokic, I don't care if they did bad last game. I'll play him again. Doesn't matter. So yes, you can definitely play Jokic tonight. You can play Luka. I mean, it doesn't matter that they did bad last game. Dre or Horford? Give me Draymond. $5,400 forward. Let's see here. I know Jaren Jackson Jr. is $5,500. I would want to play Jaren Jackson Jr., but my next favorite option would probably be like Gary Trent. Just without Scotty Barnes, there's a lot of minutes available, and Gary Trent played like 40 minutes last game, so he would probably be my pick. Brunson, Beasley, or Batum, all around the same price on FanDuel. Right, between those three, I would take Jalen Brunson, assuming that Porzingis is out again. That's news we're still waiting on as well. Porzingis is still questionable, but last game, Porzingis was out and they started Brunson, and Brunson played big minutes, was really productive. So Brunson would probably be my pick there if he's starting again. Bledsoe, Beasley, or Niang. That would be between Beasley or Niang for me. God, that's close. I think I'd go Niang, but that's definitely a close one. Do you like Al Horford tonight? I think Al Horford's in play. He's not, like a priority for me. But, if I'm building out my lineup and I have whatever 6,900 left for a forward, I'm fine plugging in Al Horford. But, I'm not starting my lineup with Al Horford. TJ McConnell, no interest in TJ McConnell for me. With Brogdon back, with LeVert healthy, I mean, McConnell is not in play at all. Favorite spend up Cav? I guess Mobley, if I had to spend up for any Cav. Thoughts on Hart? Yeah, I like Josh Hart if Brandon Ingram's out again. That's more news we're still waiting on. But if Brandon Ingram's out, they're going to be really thin, at the small forward, power forward position. No Brandon Ingram, no Herbert Jones. Like Josh Hart would probably have to play as many minutes as he could handle. So he would definitely be a solid play. I liked him a lot yesterday, so I would for sure be on him again. If you had to pick one, Jaylen Brown, Anthony Edwards, or LaVine. Give me, man, that's close between Brown and Edwards. I think I'd go Jaylen Brown, but that's a close one. 5,400 guard. Let's see. I think I already gave you Garrett Trent, so I don't want to give you Garrett Trent. Jalen Brunson would be my pick, assuming that Porzingis is out again. Harden or Sabonis? Give me Harden. Osman or Niang? Now that Osman's all coming off the bench, I would take Niang. Noah, love the content. Who is set to benefit the most with Pirtle on COVID? Thad Young and Drew Eubanks. We're going to have to wait and see who starts. I assume one of those two guys starts. Whichever one starts, I like more. But both are playable because they're both super cheap. But those are the two guys that definitely will benefit without Pirtle. Why is everyone so hype on Triple J? Never been a huge performer, but all DFS guys like him. I don't see it. It's a price thing, and, the foul trouble for Triple J is what kills him. If he doesn't get in foul trouble, he puts up good games, pretty often. I mean, you look at the games this year where he's not been in foul trouble. He's gone for 32, 34, 31. He's 5,500. So, yeah, if Triple J plays 32 minutes tonight, he's probably going to put up a good score at 5,500. But, this is what kills him. 5 fouls, 4 fouls, 5 fouls, 4 fouls. He just can't stay out of foul trouble. Harden, Durant, or Curry? Give me Curry between those three. What's up on Yahoo? Would you play PG or a point guard 21 and under like Reggie Jackson? So point guard 21 and under on Yahoo, I would probably go. Okay, Patrick Beverly will play. Okay, I'd probably go like Jalen Brunson. I think he'd be my pick there. Either like Brunson or Maxey. Probably Brunson. I would take there, Chris. 11 game slate, no need to play bench players. I mean, there's still guys you can play coming off the bench. Like, there's going to be guys coming off the bench that do well tonight. But I try and focus on, starting lineups is usually what will dictate where the minutes are going. If the team starts someone, that usually makes you assume that's the guy they're wanting to give more minutes to. But sometimes it doesn't work like that. Do you like Mikhailuk? I think Svi Mikhailuk's definitely in play. He's not like my favorite value. Like, I think there's some guys I do prefer over Svi tonight, but Svi's in play for sure. I mean, Svi played like a lot of minutes last game, and he's going to start again with Scotty Barnes out. So, yeah, Svi is definitely in play. Would you play Wade and Osman in the same lineup for value? I mean, they're both super cheap that it could probably work out, but I would kind of take a stand, just pick one or the other. But it wouldn't be surprising if they both do well because they're both so cheap. Like, if you get 24 DraftKings points from Osman and 26 DraftKings points from Wade, I mean, they're both good plays at their price tags. But I would just take one or the other. Cat or Luka? Give me Luka. Since Markkanen is out, who's a good pivot? I mean, Markkanen, with him out, the biggest beneficiaries are Dean Wade and Jetty Osman, just because those are the guys that are going to see increased minutes. And they've already said that Dean Wade is starting, so Dean Wade's definitely a strong value on DraftKings now. Thoughts on Ja? I think Ja's in play for tournaments. He's not someone I'm really starting my lineup with. You can always play Ja, but on this slate, he's not like a top option for me, I'll be honest. Seth Curry or Brunson or Gary Trent as last piece? Give me Brunson. Will you play LaMelo Ball? I think LaMelo's a good play. I haven't built my lineup yet, so I don't know for sure if I'm playing LaMelo, but I think he's a good play, yes. Fox, Beasley, Fee, Draymond, Eubanks, Harden, Wade, Embiid. Beasley, Draymond. I think that's pretty solid, Ryan. Just, keep an eye on the Spurs starting lineup. If Eubanks doesn't start, he's a little bit riskier, but the rest of that lineup I think is good. Okay, Patrick Beverley will start for D'Angelo Russell. So, yeah, with Patrick Beverley starting, that pretty much takes me off of Jordan McLaughlin. I had some interest in McLaughlin, but now that Beverley's starting, I don't think I'm going to go there. I'll have to take him out of the sheets on Patreon. Thad Young or Nick Batum? Give me Thad Young. Anthony, Trent, Hart, Green, Embiid, Svi, Horford, and Beasley. I mean, that's fine, David. That's solid. Whose usage goes down now that Beverley starts? I mean, I don't think anyone's going to lose usage because Beverly's starting. If anything, Beverly starting just makes you feel good about his minutes. Beverly's been coming back from, he's been dealing with an injury this year. I think it was a calf injury. But he's played good minutes when he's been healthy. He's played at least 20 minutes in every game this year with Minnesota. So I'm expecting him to play at least 22, 24 minutes. And Beverly, he's not a guy that's really going to stuff the stat sheet, but he can do a little bit of everything. Patrick Beverley can. So he's in play for value now, yes, now that he's starting. I was a bit worried that, because he's been limited a little bit this season, they would maybe bring him off the bench. But them starting him kind of makes me feel confident he gets at least 25, 26 minutes. Tonight feeling like a double center night for you? There's a lot of centers to like tonight. You got Jokic and Embiid at the top. You got J-Val. You got value with Thad Young you can play at center. Drew Eubanks. I mean, there's definitely a lot of good center plays for sure. Svi or Gary Trent? I mean, give me Trent, if just straight up. Svi or Beverly? I might take Beverly now, honestly, over Svi. Svi's just he's a really scoring dependent player, so I hate rostering guys like that that have to hit their shots to get there. Whereas Beverly could get you 8 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Beverly could do that. So I would take Beverly, honestly. Last guy into my lineup, Thad Young or Beverly. I would still take Thad Young, especially if he's starting, but we don't know that yet. We should have a Spurs starting lineup though before the Clippers game starts, I would think, or the Minnesota game. Yeah. So if we get news before that game starts that Thad Young is starting, I would take him over Beverly. One more note on Yahoo, a good forward under $24. I think I like Oubre, Jaren Jackson Jr. I have 25 left. Yeah, I would probably say Jaren Jackson Jr. Yeah, that's who I would take. Triple J. I would want to get to Evan Mobley if possible, but Triple J is fine. Appreciate your videos. Always feel so much more confident with my builds after hearing your input. Hey, glad to hear that, my man. Glad to hear that. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. Baller J-Val. I mean, J-Val probably is the better play straight up, but I think LaMelo comes in with a lot lower ownership. So if you want to play the guy for the lower ownership, go LaMelo. But J-Val straight up is like the better play, and he projects better. Tatum or Lillard? Lillard if I had to go to one of them. Why do I feel scared of playing LaMelo? Trick me into playing him? Look, LaMelo is going to be a frustrating guy to roster because he's been in foul trouble a lot. His minutes have been cut a lot. But when he does stay out of foul trouble and he gets 33, 34 minutes, you see 50, 55-point games from LaMelo. I mean, he's gone for 50-plus in back-to-back games. If LaMelo plays 34 minutes tonight, I would like, if you told me before the slate started that LaMelo's going to play 34 minutes, I would play him. But there's no guarantee just because of, the foul trouble concerns. And it seems like they don't just play him massive minutes. I really don't know why. Need a util 8,300. Let's see. I would probably, not much I love in this price range. I would probably go like, I guess give me OG if I had to go somewhere. Paul George a good stud. Paul George you can always pay up for. He's definitely in play for me, but he's not like my favorite stud on this slate. I prefer like Embiid, Jokic, Luka. I prefer those guys. I'm late to the stream today. Is there any locks you've talked about? I mean, don't even ask those questions. If you come in here and ask who are the locks of the slate, I'm just not even going to answer. J-Val or LaMelo? I mean, again, J-Val's the better play straight up. LaMelo should be a lot lower owned. So if you're playing a tournament, you want the guy that's lower owned, play LaMelo. LOL dudes posting their entire lineup. I mean, yeah. I don't know why people post their lineups in chat, but I understand. They want my opinion, so they're going to post them. But I'm sure there's people in chat that like copy, they see someone's lineup and they just play it. Wader's fee, God, I think I'd take Dean Wade now. But both those guys are in play for value, I would say. 5,700 guard on DK. Give me Melton, I guess, or I'd probably just go like Brunson. Brunson or Trent would be my two favorite options, I think. Are we playing Mikhailiuk tonight? I missed the start of the show. I think Mikhailiuk's in play. He's not someone I'm really like starting my lineup with, but he's in play, yes. There's a lot of value tonight. I don't know if Mikhailiuk's like the first guy I'm starting with, but he's playable, yes. Would you roster Brunson if Porzingis plays? I would be off of Brunson if Porzingis plays. I'm expecting Porzingis to be out, though. Hope all is well. Any prize picks, please? Thank you always. I got you, Maria. I got you. For prize picks, I've been doing just like fantasy points lately, and I've been having a lot of success just doing fantasy points. So a couple fantasy point ones I like. I'm going to refresh, see if anything's changed. So let's see here. Embiid, 49.5 fantasy points. I like that over. His projection was like at 55 earlier, and it's come down. So I'm guessing a lot of people are taking the under on Embiid, but I like the over on Embiid tonight. If we get news that John Collins is out, I like the over 32 fantasy points for Clint Capella. If we know that Thad Young's starting, over 26.5 fantasy points for Thad Young, I like that one as well. Over 36.5 for LaMelo. Over 32.5 for Draymond. Those are some fantasy point overs I like on prize picks. You can do. If you want to tell my thoughts. All right, guys, just a few more minutes. I'm going to end the stream here shortly, but I'm going to answer some last-minute questions. LaMelo and Jackson Jr. or Curry and Svi? Give me LaMelo and Triple J. Is Wagner for Orlando a good play tonight? I don't have much interest in Wagner. With his price up, there's better value on the slate. Milton or Pat Bev? I'd probably prefer Pat Bev. Favorite studs besides LaMelo and Embiid? There's a lot of guys that you can pay up for tonight. I think I'm liking Embiid, LaMelo, obviously, and then Jokic, Luka. Those are my two, I guess. Luka, Beasley, Svi, Hart, Embiid, Beverly, Thad Young, J-Val. I think that's pretty solid, Owen. Pretty solid. Draymond or Mobley? You can't go wrong with either one. I think Mobley plays a ton of minutes. I think Draymond, it's a really good matchup for Draymond. I like the pace of that Hornets-Warriors game, so I'm going to prefer Draymond. But those two guys project very closely. Bridges, McCollum, or Barnes? Give me Miles Bridges. Jesus Christ. Hey, mate, hope all is well. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you. I'm doing well. Mello or J-Val, give me J-Val because he projects better, but again, like, you can't go wrong with either one of those guys. LaMelo's going to be lower owned. I can confirm that for sure. Thanks, Noah. Good luck, everybody. Hey, good luck, my man. Good luck. Doncic or PG, give me Luka. You like Beasley, Ja, or Harden, McDaniels? Beasley and Ja, I guess. McDaniels, I wouldn't be playing McDaniels today. Is Pat Bev viable for cash now? He's probably cash viable, I would think, yes. Should I eat fried chicken or burritos? Get you some burritos, my man. Can never go wrong with some Mexican food. Get you some burritos. Love everything about you except you're a Braves fan. Good luck tonight, my brother. Go Phillies. Hey, appreciate you, Alec. Good luck, my man. Yeah, Braves pulled it off last night. Glad to see it. Yeah. $2 super chat from my man, Victor. Thanks, brother. Good luck tonight. Good luck to you as well, Victor. Good luck to you as well, my man. Let's get that money, fellas. Let's get it, baby. All right, boys. I'm out of here. Good luck, fellas. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We got 30 minutes till lock. Make sure you get your lineups in. Make sure you're staying up to date with news. Keep eye on the starting lineup for the Spurs because that's going to be really important. Keep an eye on Brandon Ingram news. Keep an eye on who else? Somebody else's question I didn't forget. But that's all I got, boys. Good luck tonight. Appreciate y'all being here.